You are the chocolate in my mug of hot chocolate. Baby dolls, welcome back to Crypto's Juiciest News. You know, Bitcoin is at $46,600. It's fascinating because I remember quite some time ago when it was $16,000 and everybody said it was going to a big fat zero. We saw bottom indicator signals such as Davey Hoffman, friend of the channel, from Bankless, who was crying saying the industry has no hope. We also saw other indicators like the dude who went on Joe Rogan who said that Bitcoin's fair value is negative. Okay, and look where we are right now. Now you're all saying that the fair value for Bitcoin is like 300,000. How do we go from that? We'll see. Now, friends, I'm going to make a dedicated episode on this, but the most important thing we need to look at, I have an alert for you. The monthly SuperTrend for Bitcoin is now green. Look at this. You see this? This is huge news, friends. And I'm just going to give you a quick summary. We're going to go through this in another video. In the past cycles, you see this indicator. Look at this, buy, and everything went green. However, it's more nuanced than that. You see where we are right now. If you go in to where it flipped green buy last time, look, you had 3 red monthly candles after it. And then in this one, you had 2 red monthly candles. This is the Mt. Gox Ponzi cycle. Now you see in this cycle, the very first one, we didn't have any red monthly candles right after it. We kind of continued sideways and that's it. But I mean, like, actually, if you just zoom in, friends. Yeah, look, this one, there's different here. You see this vertical line? This vertical line is the Bitcoin halvening. In the very first cycle, we flipped green after the Bitcoin halvening. So it would be like Bitcoin being at $44,500, which is the super trend line for monthly. It would be like us reaching there in June this year. You see, we're running ahead of schedule right now. So very, very quick summary, just to let you know, a pause will happen, most likely. I hope it doesn't, but this was what indicates in history. In the past 2 cycles where, you know, the markets become more mature over time, we had 2 red monthly candles and 3 red monthly candles right after. This might indicate, for example, if January is green, right, this might just tell us that Feb and March are red. Now, here's the thing. The Bitcoin halvening is in April. And, you know, it might be, you know, Bitcoin halvening might actually get some more fear in. I don't know why. There's always dump around Bitcoin halvening. It's always like a news event, but we don't really know, okay? So that's just interesting to think about. Does this mean our bags go down? No, it means kind of like Bitcoin slows down. And around this time period, people start to think about, oh, altcoins. Now, look what I actually did earlier in the year. You see, earlier in 2023, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 green monthly candles. You see on this 4th one, this is where Pepe came. And then we had a red candle. This was red from the corrupt SEC, but we finished the green. Why? Roca Negra came in with the filing of the ETF. So you can see, right, as your friend here with Straight Posture, I've told you, counting the monthly candles is very important because we don't know, like, okay, it's very subjective sometimes to be like, okay, what's euphoria? This guy's happy, but this guy isn't. This guy's a squirrel, this guy's a duck. I don't know who's happy. Your bag's down, your bag's up. But if you look at the monthly candle colors, yes, just the color. Doesn't matter how big the candle is. It's a good sign that you get an idea, okay, we're getting closer to euphoria. I mean, it could be right here. This is 5, by the way. This is 5. If January finishes green, we are at the 5th. I mean, a best scenario, friends, I'm not joking, would be Bitcoin touches like 48 to 50K, the 61% FIB, and then it kind of retraces off that and we reset, whilst altcoins have a nice, you know, run in February, March. That's just kind of best case, but, you know, we've got to take it as it comes. Now, as well, in other news, okay, we have the corrupt SEC chairman, Gary Gensler. He has paused chugging semen to type a message about crypto being risky. I'm not even going to show you this loser's face. It's the same thing as, did you know that cryptocurrency can be risky? It's all a game, man. Of course it's all a game because they're trying to ban it, okay? It's literally like, I don't know, it's like a police officer telling you, did you know that driving your car is dangerous? As the police officer is literally hitting your car from behind. It's literally them, you know, yelling out on the speaker doing the same thing. But what you're going to find is, when the sentiment changes, friends, I know it's very fascinating. Okay, we need a boogeyman. We need somebody to say, it's your fault. Even though well, wisdom of markets and friendship, I just got a peanut brain, friends. No wisdom here. I know these things are more powerful than one person. They really are. And when cycles are here and they start moving, right? The wheels start turning. The cycle's always happening. Nothing can change them. Nothing. I've seen people try to change them and they can't. I mean, for example, we all participated in PulseChain sacrifice. We tried to escape the bear market. You couldn't. You delay it, but you can't end up escaping it. If for some reason, it's so fascinating. It's almost like there's thousands of variables that get put in that we can't even comprehend. Thousands. So you trying to change like 8 variables, you think you've changed a lot? No, there's still like, another 900 variables out there. So these are the bubbles for the day. A lot of bubbles have moved. BSV is one of the most funniest coins ever, friends. Also, it's nice to see Hex up here. It's actually 16%. Hex and Pulse, we're going to go through that. So the PulseChain wallet sacrifice. So the world's biggest DAI holder on Ethereum chain, that wallet started buying Pulse, PulseX, and Hex. So I've got a message out for the PulseChain community. We'll make more videos about that too. We've got to change our messaging. Just so everyone knows, because when we say PulseChain sacrifice wallet, everyone's like, well, something. But if you say Ethereum's biggest DAI holder wallet, the guy who owns, or the squirrel who owns the biggest DAI amount, literally on Ethereum, when you go and verify it, you click on holders for DAI. Yes, that account has deployed $3.7 million and it started buying Pulse, PulseX, and Hex. So this is just information for the wider market to know. It'll be funny, right? I would just love if this just keeps rallying, PulseChain, PulseX, and Hex keeps rallying, and just keep telling people, why didn't you front run the world's biggest DAI holder? They literally told you they're buying this up. Why didn't you front run it? What you'll end up buying is it ends up being a powder keg. And when does everybody end up buying it? At the very, very top. You'll see later on. Also, pay attention to this. Bitcoin decouples NASDAQ. Be careful, as this means we begin the sensitive area where wild things happen. Yes. So, see how we correlate the whole time? When we stopped correlating, now we're at the end of times. It doesn't mean it's the top. No, I wish it was that simple, right? That'd be amazing. But it's to show you this is where things get wild. And luckily, I prefaced this video starting by telling you the monthly super trend is up. And in the past, when we hit the monthly super trend confirmed, which I've been waiting for a very, very long time, at this point, bull market's definitely on, but there's a pause. There's a pause when it finally gets it. If you want to know why there's a pause, just so you know, friends, you can't buy in on the flip. It's because a super trend, this kind of confirmation, is 3 times the average distance. So you basically said that the market has gone 3 times the average distance up on the monthly. 3 times the monthly distance pushed upwards. Once you finally break it, that's a lot, right? That's like 3 standard deviations higher. Bang, right? It's not really, but you get the point. Okay, it's a long way. So once you finally get there, like, it means yes, you've done a trend, but it doesn't mean okay, this is just the like a free money continuation at this point. And the North Korean scum hackers, so there's a hacker group, Lazarus, right? They withdrew $1.2 million Bitcoin from a coin mixer. And I've just interjected here to let you know, this will be used as evidence to ban self-custody later on. So the government can try to crush us. Remember, we are in the then they fight you phase. The government is trying to crush crypto. Yes, you think, oh, what about the Bitcoin spot ETF? Trojan horse. You won't be able to take out your Bitcoin. You won't be able to cause a run on the bank. You won't be able to embarrass fiat. They're trying to close everybody in. Yes, this is just how the game works. They're testing it with the Five Eyes. Canada, Australia, the Kiwi land over in New Zealand. Yes, we're all guinea pigs, friends. The testing grounds for the big US banks. Because all part of the Five Eyes. They're all trying to control everybody. And you know what? Of course, what they're doing is wrong, but I don't blame them. I don't blame them. If we put any of us in charge, and we're like, hey, you got to close the gates because, like, you know, society might crumble from this inflation thing, so we can't take any risk. Go, okay, sweet, just ban it. They do that. They don't really care. They'll say, hey, let's just ban it now, scare everyone. Who cares? And then, yeah, we won't be able to technically ban it, but it buys us time for 2 years. That's all they do, friends. They keep pushing the stuff out. So I know I'm talking with a straight face like confidence here, but when it actually happens, it's going to be scary because you're just going to see if they actually do implement like this, everything's just going to be, and then we're going to be like, they banned self-custody. And then I'm going to have to come out making YouTube videos with a straight back, wearing a cork hat, telling you, you know what they literally are saying you is they're trying to ban you from memorizing 12 words. That's literally what they're doing. You can't ban self-custody. You can't ban people from knowing 12 words, you know, but the market will take a while to digest it. Why? Because all the paper hands. The paper hands, soy boy cucks are just going to sell the news like, I don't believe it in any way. Why? Because they're here for the green candles, man. Once you start making some red candles on the weekly, that's it. It's game over for them. So why we go through this is, friends, I know 99% of you get it, 1% of you don't. We've got to help out that 1% of people with normal sized brains. These people think when I'm speaking about it, they think I'm coming from an attitude of, see, I was right. No, I'm telling you, prepare for these in case they happen so you don't pay the hand. It's so when they happen, you all DM me and tag me and go, thank you, my friend Somi. Thank you, because now I'm not going to pay the hand. And we kind of suspected something like this would happen at some point. Now I know these red candles are actually for buying, even though the government's saying they're technically trying to ban it. Okay, this is how you prepare, friends. This is how you get conviction over time. This is how you can go, not financial advice, go all in and have super high concentration bets and actually retire yourself instead of trying to diversify everywhere else. And we continue, right? DeFi updates. So Cosmos, right, Atom is reducing inflation from 7% down to 0%, which, got to remind you, it's Bitcoin halvening gear. It's Bitcoin halvening gear. They've known about this for 2 years. This has been trash in 2022 and 2023. Coincidentally, mysteriously, the coin with trash tokenomics, Cosmos Atom, has got an inflation reduction in the Bitcoin halvening year, January, literally 10 days into the year. Can you believe it? I mean, you can't believe it. Look, I've told you, friends. I learned the game. I learned the game. I go, it's all a game, right? You're just trying to grab eyeballs. It's not really about the tech, right? It's not really about the tech. Your technology can literally be a wooden cardboard box. That's right. It's wooden and it's made out of cardboard at the same time. They don't really care. It's here for eyeballs. Okay, they're just here trying to make people, adopt, join a community, join a cult, whatever it is. And to do that, you have to get the most eyeballs. And guess when the most eyeballs come? Bitcoin halvening it. Why? Because prices are going up. Okay, so you get to see all of these things. Now, here's the thing. You might say, no, it's all strategic. I say, I don't care. Strategic. I don't really give a damn. I'm here to protect you. I'm here to protect you because only the paranoid in this game survive. Okay, so on average, if you see something going up, it's not that it changed the world. It's just that they're here to play the game too. Also, baby dolls, live, literally minutes, no, not even minutes, literally 60 seconds ago, BT Coin is running for $48,000. We're literally seeing it right here. I could basically call it $48,000. Now, this is the perfect time to tell you everybody is probably going nuts. We gotta buy. We gotta buy. But you see, friends, on a 1 hour, you can't see anything. You're just you're stopping out shorts, etc. You're doing this curl up thing. It's fantastic to see. But luckily for us, we have, you get a perspective. Put it on the weekly again. Look at this. We're still exactly in that zone on the golden box of friendship. And look at this. Draw a nice little fib. Just to remind you again, $48,000 is literally exactly the Fibonacci, 61.8%. It's right there. So it's beautiful, right? The monthly cross is green. The Fibonacci is at 61%. Also, got to, once again, remind people, look, I'm not going to tell you if things are going to go up or down because I don't know. I'm just going to tell you what I would be doing theoretically. If I had a stash of Bitcoin, let's say I had a theoretical portfolio. Let's say Bitcoin's 50% of my portfolio. All right. Because Bitcoin is moving and it is had 5 green monthly candles in a row. And I've been making videos about how dangerous that is for the past 2 years. Okay, dangerous in terms of okay, now it's expensive. Okay, all these things. Not financial advice. I don't care if it keeps going up. Put all that together, let's say I had 50% on portfolio. Let's say my portfolio was worth 1 Bitcoin. I have 0.5 Bitcoin. I would say, all right, take a third out of that. Take 0.15 BTC. What I would be doing is I would be scaling out. I'd be selling 0.15. I'd be selling 0.05 and then sell another 0.05 here. And then if maybe in a week or two, sell another 0.05. That's what I'll be doing around this zone, right? At 44K, 46, 48, around this zone. Doesn't really matter. And then I'll just leave it on the side. And I'll say, hey, I am just going to rebid later on. After 2 red monthly candles, I don't care what happens. Okay, that's what I would be doing. Now, it doesn't mean altcoins won't go up or Bitcoin. That doesn't mean anything. I don't know anything. That's just what I would be doing. Technically, though, the best thing to do is to pick good altcoins with that rotation. But don't get caught up in them. Because chances are, if you don't own those core altcoins by now in January 2024, most likely you don't believe in them. You should have been buying them for the past 2 years. Okay, I'm just giving you general type of talking here. But at the end of the day, right, this is all it comes down to. And also, friends, right, literally live as we're watching, you know that green candle we were looking at? Okay, look what just happened. This is actually wonderful. Literally, friends, live, we have now gone to 45,000 bucks. Have a look at this. This is it. You are schizophrenic, friends. Whatever you're smoking, snorting, injecting, please, man, just say some prayers. I don't know what you guys are doing. But see this? Well done. Well done. Congratulations. They stop bouncing event that you can see. Clearly, like, look, all markets are manipulated. So when we say manipulation, it's not like we're not giving up rolling. I'm just telling you, this is why, if you're on leverage, you better be in the top 5%. Look at this. Literally, look at this, friends. Look at this. Look what they did. He ran it up. He ran it up through the level. Why? It's like it's so obvious here. Look, look at this level, right here. They run it up. They got the shorts out, and then he's just hitting market straight away. Now, why do they do that? To liquidate the shorts? Yeah, but also it's somebody who wants to sell a big amount. Yeah. It's like someone, friends, they have an order of like, I don't know, 20,000 Bitcoin. And what they do is, before they sell 20,000, they might buy 3,000. And that's what it is here, see? Before they sell 20,000, they buy 3,000 and then they sell 6. You might say, why do they sell 6? Well, it's brokers and there's dealers and there's strategy and people to do it. And they know when they push it up, they're the only ones pushing it up and there's no follow through. How do they know that? Because these people play these games all the time. They watch the volume. They know when they buy, they know what big follow through looks like. It's because they know all of the movies then. You see what I mean? So if the market really wants to go up, for example, right? These guys would know, okay, we've pushed it up here, and then they would know, oh, sweet, the market is continuing by itself. We don't have to keep clicking buy. But in this case, clearly what they've done is they push up a bit. Maybe they buy like 500 Bitcoin, it stops. They buy 500 Bitcoin, it stops. Maybe someone pushes it down a bit. Then they buy 500, it stops and it keeps pushing down. Do you see that? See how hard it is? Now, only they have this information. You and I don't. These people who are buying, these insiders who are like big whales, right? So they pushed it up and they know, crap, we're getting absorbed so much. I guess no one's like really wanting to buy up here. The market doesn't want to accept this price much. So then they go, okay, sweet, we've got to get the other way out. It's because that's why, friends, that's why these moves the other way are so vicious. It's because the person who did the move, he's the first one to realize, oh crap, we don't want to be here at all. We got to go the other way. So now you're learning. If this is confusing you and whatever, yeah, good, it should be, because it's everybody trying to take each other's money without adding any value here. That's what it is, basically. It's just like, it's a bunch of bums fighting in a ring over a sandwich. That's what it is. So for the rest of us, you play long-term game. We try to play, buy the monthly candles, not these minutes and stuff, which I used to scalp these, friends. It's fun to scalp if you're winning in the top 5%. And then speaking of the top 5%, you got to be in the top 5% mindset. Because look, Starknet, whatever, adds STRK gas token, further proving that nobody really cares about being an Ethereum layer 2 because everyone wants a token to dump on retail later on. Yes, that's a top 5% mindset. You got to understand this. When you understand this, you're going to win. Oh, wow, you guys don't actually care about Ethereum layer 2. You guys you want your own token to eventually dump. They don't need their own token, friends. Ethereum has technology. You use Ethereum as the gas. It's just they all want it for their own reasons. It's because they all want to get rich. That's it. It all comes down to that. They don't need their own token. No one needs their own token. They can all use Ethereum if they wanted to. But hey, you might say, oh, we're in on PulseChain and other coins too. Yeah, because they let us in. Were you able to get in Stark crap, right? This Stark piece of shit. Were you able to get into the ICO? What was that? Oh, no, you weren't, like me? Good. That's what I thought. You're an outsider like me. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. So continue again. Solana as well has now 2,500 monthly active devs. Ethereum had like 6,000. Polkadot has 1,000. I've seen the data on these. Some people try to use them as like edge. It ain't that good, friends. Sorry to say, developers, you guys shouldn't be watching the charts because you guys just follow the price. And it kind of makes sense because as the price goes up, the funding as well, the funding rates, not the trading funding rates, but in terms of like the funding value of paying people goes up theoretically because everybody owns tokens. You've marked up the price for the ecosystem and they feel more richer to employ more people. So devs follow the price as well. So I think it was in Algorand as well. As the price went down, devs are dropping. As the price went up, devs were rising. But right now, obviously, Algorand is on its way out. Hopefully it comes back though. Okay. This was a friendly reminder as well. So Ethereum's biggest DAI holder started purchasing Pulse, PulseX, and X. Did they start purchasing Chainlink? No. I own Chainlink. That's good. Big part of my portfolio. Sweet. I don't really care about it. It already did the 3x. I can't use any informational edge. Okay, so there are many others out there. Solana already had its run. Mike Novogratz, shout out to Mike Novogratz, friend of the channel as well. Dumping in the background. Good play with you, sir. You also have FTX liquidators. Well done. You guys are keeping it out of the news. I can see on chain that you guys are dumping as well. Well played. Keeping it out of everybody in the news. Instead, what I see is you guys promoting Solana, all the big mainstream influencers. So congratulations, friends. You won the game again. But hey, I am one voice of reason, hoping to change that trend. I know we can't all win, friends, because no one wants to listen. That's all right. You're listening. Like, subscribe, bell button, all. Catch you soon.